odd. I don't remember what this is for. And yeah, whatever. So I kind of don't want to waste any more time, so let's unpause. In 3, 2, 1, unpause. Yeah, sorry, I'm sort of on a tight schedule. I'm actually going skiing tomorrow, which should be epic. Just because I'm going to either Lake Louise or Nikiska. Nikiska's not very good compared to Louise, but I just haven't been there in a while compared to Louise. I don't know. Tough decisions are going to be made, but that's how I roll in the Shire. So, Priestess of the Moon, obviously, and, you know, the basic Huntress build. I do a different Huntress build, but I'm not going to get into that. I'll do it when I get to one of my own games, which will probably happen eventually, because that's the only strategy I use with Elf, JK. No, I have a pretty good anti-orc strategy, which I might share with you guys next time. And it requires 0 micro as well. That's how I like my strategies. Very basic. Militia harassment, oh no. Ancients of War regen, hit points anyways, when you get the Nature's Blessing upgrade. So whatever he does to you doesn't really matter. And Priestess isn't out yet. The Archmage is out though, so you should be able to finish off that creep. As a human player, you should be able to finish off this creep. Yeah. And basically, when I talked about the Beastmaster last time, what you do is you push with the Beastmaster, because you're getting a ton of extra damage output while they still have very minimal amounts of Huntress. So what you do is you push with that nice snag of the Water Elemental, though. That was pretty nifty. But yeah, what you do is you push instantly, and you want to bring a couple towers, just because eventually they're going to dead out your stuff, and you're going to run out of mana, and that's when you want the towers to be up. And I don't really like towers very much, but it's the best way to counter it. You know, pushing with the Beastmaster and towering them. Of course, if they do switch to archers, you're in a bit of trouble, in a bit of a pickle. You'll notice one pretty significant difference right now is that Axel decided to go with the True Shot aura as opposed to the Searing Arrow. Use your words. The only real difference that it makes is the early game. It doesn't really make too much of a difference on this map because you have the health fountain and you're not likely to run out of mana this early in the game. Especially when you're doing minimal amounts of damage to them, trying to snag creeps, beat on their hero, etc. So it's really not too important. Obviously on different maps it will matter a little bit. It just depends what you're going for. If you're going for a lot more unit snags, stuff like that, you'll probably want to go for the Searing Arrow. If you want to play it a little more conservatively, the True Shot aura will help, just because when you get more than 300, you'll be doing pretty much equivalent damage to what the Searing Arrow would be doing. So, yeah, it doesn't really make a big difference early game. Late game, I generally go for the aura just because you're going to be having a lot more Huntress to deal with, or to use, and it's pretty significant amounts of damage. But, I guess it depends how it plays out, because if you're low on resources and Huntress, then you probably won't want to go with the True Shot aura. Footy snag, and he's going for the Red Drake snag right now, which is a little difficult to get actually, because it has some magic resistance. Nice grab of the item too. It's a good level 2. Good level 2 off of Harass. And you'll notice he's already pre-building his Tree of Life. He's not teching this game. Of course, it ends pretty soon, and I don't think he really needs to tech. You'll notice that Sonky has a tower on his base. That's sort of important, but sort of not. Footmen drop like flies, so if you can focus fire them, do it. The Searing Arrow does a little bit extra damage on the Footmen anyways, so it's a nice little feature to the harassment. Canceling their shop is always a good idea too. Like, if you can do it, do it. That just goes for, like, in general. That doesn't just apply to this strategy. Thought you should know. I do have one strategy with Undead versus Orc, which focuses on just killing the shop. It's pretty hilarious when it works, but it's sort of epic fail when it doesn't. Miss the surround on the Panda. Panda's a decent choice. Come on. Get that surround. Yeah, Panda's a decent choice just because the Drunken Haze is pretty handy. There we go, there's the surround. Nice hide, too. That's pretty difficult to do that quickly. I don't believe that the Panda dies. I believe he lives. Which is too bad for Remind. And you'll notice, Sonky's actually doing, he's doing a smart thing right here, is he's got his Scout Peasant near where the Tree of Life would be, and I've actually built Tree of Lives on the other side just to mess with people. And you'll notice that he's going to go back and build a farm, and basically what he's hoping is that Remind is going back to his base as opposed to going to creep, so that's why he builds the tower and cancels it immediately. So that's a pretty smart snap decision, just because canceling a tower will only lose you like 15 gold and 10 wood. So it's not really much of a loss. And plus, if it gets a Tree of Life kill, that's pretty sweet. So, here comes the push from Sonky, which is actually a pretty decent timing push, because obviously a bunch of the Huntress are pretty weak. When you're using the health fountain, be aware of daytime. Obvi. That just applies in general. Upgrading your Huntress, I don't really know the exact numbers at when you should upgrade your Huntress, but basically, when you get like 3 or 4, it becomes beneficial. There are certain numbers where it becomes beneficial. If you want to know them, Freak probably knows them. I'm not just saying that because, the only reason I'm saying that is he's the one to know if anyone in Warcraft knows. Maybe Remind knows. I don't know. I'm not sure he has an account on WC Replays though, but if you have his email, you might as well ask. Good Wisp Deado got rid of 2 water elementals, which is pretty huge in this battle. And you'll notice that the riflemen are dropping like flies. And that is because he's got pretty insane Huntress micro here. He's doing attack, reposition, and attack, which is basically what Sonky's doing with the riflemen, but in this case it works into your favor, just because you have faster movement speed Huntress, so that's pretty important. Also, Searing Arrow does tons of damage to towers. You'll notice Sonky cancelled one, and I believe in the replay comments someone said, oh, well, if he didn't cancel it, he would have won this game. Well, I disagree, because he would have come back and been able to kill the tower without losing any Huntress, just because that's how pro players work. There you go, there's the towers, don't forget about them. But, yeah, they would have died pretty quickly anyways. It just would have been a little extra waste of money. And all Remind would have to do is go back and use a couple Moonwells. Like, maybe 1 or 2 more Moonwells, just to compensate for the tower damage. Yes. And, what is happening now? Oh yeah, Sonky's going to make his good final push.